Hey guys, I'm JanetOnOccasion, and today we're playing a Total War Warhammer II Battle Replay. This one was sent in by Gobbo Slayer, and today he's not actually slaying goblins, but I'm willing to forgive him because this is it's a hell of a fight he's got on his hands. It's Dwarfs versus Dark Elves. So GG to the Dark Elves. Let's just end it, shall we? No, I'm going to see how he does, because this Dwarf army is astounding. I love it. Here you can see he's got a Rune Lord, a ton of Thunderers, 5 in fact, down the middle. In the back, it's a mixture of Rangers and Quarrelers, which is very cool to see. So loads of very good units for chasing off any sort of lightly armoured stuff. Good armour piercing, and a bunch of miners with, again, armour piercing. But those blasting charges can really wreck cheap infantry as well. So very, very nice. And a ton of Iron Drakes. A ton of Iron Drakes. And way back here, a Runesmith as well. So you notice the Runesmith and the Rune Lord are on the edges, because they can use Rune of Wrath and Ruin, and the Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin to slow anything down that's trying to flank, which is really cool to see. Oh, and finally, he does have a Giant Copter with Brimstone guns, in case there's anything large he needs to kill, which is very nice. Also, quite good at dodging fire, so, you know, waste some ammunition with it. It's great. So, the Dark Elf player, again, huge, quite unconventional army. So here you can see 2 units of Shades over here, 2 over here. They are just the regular variants. They don't have any armor-piercing or anti-infantry or anything. It's just the armor-piercing missile damage, and, of course, you know, they're competent in melee. But behind, if they can try and get in and deal with, you know, things like Rangers or Quarrelers, they should do okay in melee. But they really want to use all their ammo before they start doing things like that. And more Dark Riders. So if there's artillery, then these Dark Riders, there are so many that they'll be able to bob and weave through things. But right now, they're just going straight into the Rangers, which is very cool. Way over here, some Bleak Swords in the front line and a bunch of Dark Shards, including the Bolt Fiends that have better range and Shield Breaker as well. So very scary stuff. So, speeding things up. This is going to be a tense one, guys, because both of these armies are pretty bizarre. But I think what's happening is the meta is shifting towards larger Dwarf armies, and the Dark Elf player is reacting by going wider with more missile units and trying to get more of a surround so the Dwarfs can't really have that overlapping fire to deal with any one unit at a time. They have to turn their attention to literally everything. So over here you can see Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin trying to bail out the Rangers, and over here, sadly, these Rangers are getting a bit bogged down. Thunderers are trying to help out, but they don't have the best line of sight, so these Quarrelers are having to pitch in. But over here, same situation. These Dark Riders doing great dealing with a load of these ranged units. Over here, though, the Iron Drakes, they are a hell of a target. They're quite pricey at 700, and they're getting outranged by the Dark Shards. And right now, the only thing of value they're shooting at is Bleak Swords, and there's not a lot of value to be gained there. But they are getting some good shots in. You can see the HP dropping so quickly. And that's the thing. He has the tools to deal with big floods of infantry that might pin down all of his ranged units and get better value, which is wonderful. So you can see Bleak Swords all just terrifying away so quickly. Well, not terrifying, just breaking. But anyway, Iron Drakes now turn their attention to Dark Shards, and if they can actually get a good shot right into them, then that could be very painful. And now Blasting Charges coming in, helping out too. In the back line, some of the missile units are fleeing, but now things like Rangers, they are great against Shades. Like, it's just such a better value thing. They're going to perform quite similarly against one another, but the Rangers are so much cheaper. I think I'm 200 quid cheaper, so it's brilliant. It's brilliant for the Dwarfs here. So, over on this side, Iron Drakes still getting shot at, but they are getting rid of a lot of Dark Shards. These Dark Shards are losing a lot of health. All this stuff is starting to retreat, and you don't really expect an army to run away from a bunch of Iron Drakes. Iron Drakes tend to be a bit of a joke a lot of the time, but here, they're doing wonderfully. Now, this is scary. Ekron Miners, basically, you know, most of their health, and here comes an Amber Spear. They had almost full health, now they are a red smear. Immediately shatter. How great is that? So Supreme Sorcerers of Beasts, brilliant here. Brilliant. And also, over here, Feral Manticore. Feral Manticore, going to get through these Thunderers. So having the Feral Manticore to be able to pin down further units, and the Amber Spear to be able to just wipe out a unit if they're not paying it, you know, full attention to her. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But look at the damage she takes from a volley of Thunderers. That is very, very painful for her. But she's getting out of there. She's getting out of there. A lot of Dwarfs on this side starting to push out. But a lot of these units just retreating, pulling them out of position, while, you know, the Bolt Fiends and the other Dark Shards are getting to position to retaliate. So it's not looking great. You know, chasing too much, and you're just going to get surrounded and focus fired. So it's pretty grim. But over here, still, the Rangers and the Quarrelers are performing brilliantly against these units. And over here, Gyrocopter use some ammunition, help chase off a lot of the Dark Riders and things, and yeah, still fully healthed, which is very, very nice to see. They're in great condition, and that is awesome. Over here, Bleak Swords did push forward again, but suddenly they're getting shot at by Iron Drakes, and they want to get out of there again. which is pretty funny. But these Thunderers don't really want to be shooting at Bleak Swords all day. You know, they really want to get some damage into, yeah, probably these Dark Riders to get them off their back for good, so these Thunderers don't get wiped out by something so cheap. So over here, Bleak Sword's getting dealt with, and this is a beautiful 1-2 punch. Having a Runesmith run in and bog down a unit, and then Iron Drake shooting at it, he's not going to care about the Iron Drake damage. It doesn't really do much armor piercing, so he doesn't have to worry about it. And the fire is spread out so much, he's barely going to take anything from it, but everything around him that's so blobbed up takes a ton of hurt. Here, though, another Feral Manticore, and that is scary. There are a lot of units here that would lose all of their effectiveness if they got bogged down. This is such a healthy unit of Thunderers, for instance. All 60. Jump on top of that, and that's 60 less bullets that are going to be flying towards people every volley. So, pretty huge. So it is starting to get focused down a bit by the Dark Shards, and over here the Gyrocopter is coming in for some bombs. And here comes one, not bad. And now for the next unit. And again, you know, did some work, nothing major, but now they need to get the hell out of there because that Manticore's chasing them. That's not good. So Runesmith still completely healthy, and oh yeah, I forgot to mention our poor Rune Lord over here. He's just been surrounded by Bleak Swords the entire time, and he doesn't have the best splash damage, so it takes him a long time to deal with something even as cheap as Bleak Swords. He's actually better off fighting something a little bit better so he can get better value. He can perform very similarly, no matter what he's up against. So, bit of a shame. He's just bogged down for so long. That's pretty rough. But over here you can see the Manticore is finally dealing with these Rangers that have basically just been the Rangers versus the two Shades almost the entire time, and look how damaged these Shades are. The Rangers have been doing amazingly, but that's the thing. Those Dark Riders just killed so many of that line. Before they went down. It was devastating to him, you know. That was a brilliant move by the Dark Elves to cancel out the Shade's biggest and cheapest threat, you know. That was absolutely beautiful. So over here, Bolt Fiends have actually run out of ammunition, which is pretty huge, so they're starting to charge in now. But with Iron Drakes nearby, it looks like they're about to get a beautiful raking shot straight across them. So 2,400 down to 1,500. Wow. I know there are some shots coming from the Thunderers, but still, that's devastating. And there they go, broken. And now, these units can focus on the next unit of Dark Shards. So over here you can see the Runesmith is still chasing these units down, which is very nice to see. And these Thunderers are still going. They are still going. Sadly, though, these Thunderers are now in combat with the Shades, and I don't know, it's a bit weird. I think the Thunderers, they're a lot worse, but there's a lot more of them. They have a lot more health. So it's kind of a tough one to call, but I'll have to see how that goes. Here you can see the Thunderers doing some good work, and the Brimstone Guns actually getting some lovely hits into these Dark Shards. Really good hits. And the Bolt Fiends don't look like they'll be coming back anytime soon. Lovely. So over here, shots are being fired. Still, these Thunderers are really just holding down the line. I'm amazed they're all still in the fight. They're doing absolutely wonderfully. I mean, those bronze shields, they do help out a bit, you know. They do help out a bit. So over here, one more Master Rune of Wrath and Ruin to help route those Bleak Swords and free up the Rune Lord to come in and start helping everyone. Over here, though, the Sorceress did come in and help out those Shades to make sure those Thunderers are gone. So that's a pity. Those Thunderers didn't get a fair shot there, really. That's a real shame. These Thunderers, totally on their own here. They are totally on their own now. And it looks like it was going to be another Amber Spear. Changed their mind. Changed their mind. And now all these Shades can start running down the hill and get into them too. But lots of fire support, literally. Literally fire support. And over here, Gyrocopter's making sure that the one unit of Dark Shards over here with any ammunition is getting charged, and they try to rout them. But so many more units are coming into support, they want to get out of there before they take too much damage. They're too valuable to lose like that. So some armor-piercing missiles coming in, but they can take a bit of damage. It's not the end of the world if they take a bit of damage. As long as there's still 3 of them, they can still make use of their guns, and they won't lose any effectiveness. But this is rather sad. The Rune Lord, now out of combat, is just being focused down by all the missiles, and he is not going to last long against this kind of fire. He is trying to bob and weave slightly by the looks of it, but he's going to be taking a lot of damage. He's going to be taking a lot of hurt. And that's bad. You really don't want your Lord taken out. Because right now, balance of power is in favour of the Dwarfs. And that is a good thing. That's a very good thing. So, shots coming in into those Dark Shards. It looks like the Rangers have finally run out of ammunition. But the Thunderers still have plenty. They still have plenty of ammo. So over here, Rune Lord, he's stuck in here fighting. And the Brimstone Guns are going to come in and try and bail him out. With them all grouped up like this, getting a couple of shots in there is wonderful. 52 kills they're up to now. But that Rune Lord is still just not having any of it. And these guys can turn around and start firing again now that he's not really in combat anymore. And that's going to hurt him a lot. Oh, look at how little health he's got. That's rough. So here you can see the Gyro Bombers are just charging in to get a little charge. And it is just killing the odd unit every time he charges in, you know. It's not bad. It's not bad. Gyrocopter's now being shot at again, but it's keeping the Lord from being shot at, and that's something. And now the enemy Lord is getting gunned, which is brilliant. That is great news. Start shooting her. Because, yeah, she's valuable. That Amber Spear is no joke. It is no joke. But look at all these shades. Some of them still have quite a bit of ammo, too. These have how much? 8 shots left. That's considerable. That is considerable. And these guys, no ammo, but so much health left. They can really help in any fights against any of this stuff. Like, none of the dwarfs are looking that great anymore. They're all looking pretty damn hurt. Apart from the runesmith, who's having a whale of a time. No one's even bothered to fight him, really. I mean, look at that, though. 49 kills, barely a scratch. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Now here, these Dark Riders need to die in a hurry. They really do. Over here, these Dark Shards, they're getting pushed off with the Gyrocopter, so that way the Thunderers can continue shooting at these Dark Shards. And it seems to have worked out pretty well. Amazing this Rune Lord is still alive. I'm very surprised by that. And over here, the Dwarves are actually pushing in, but with this healthy unit of Shades coming in, suddenly they put themselves in a bit of a bad position. And that is very clever of the Dark Elf player to use the couple of injured ones to lure them into the fight, so the more healthy unit can run in and get the jump on them. That was very clever. And here, another Amber Spear coming in. And they have so much ammunition, you really want to keep these alive, but... oh, my word. That's brutal. That is absolutely brutal. Those Amber Spears have been amazing. 90 kills she's got, and it's not like she's getting those in melee. No, those are all just from Amber Spears. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, she's probably got more kills, technically, because the Manticore obviously put in some work, but it doesn't record that, does it? So here, Rune Lord being chased off, and I don't like his chances. 84 health left, no one near to back him up, but you can see here, these Thunderers might get saved. Looks like they are. Bolt Fiends finally have shattered. All these units are breaking, but a few could come back. A few of these could come back. These Dark Riders have come back, amazingly. And over here, the Rune Lord has rallied just in time to die. Oh, that's... it's a bit sad, really. It's a bit sad. And this ambush in the trees has definitely gone in the favour of the Dark Elves. They have completely decimated that whole contingent that ran off. And it seemed like a good fight for them, too. It seemed there's plenty of dwarves to kill those 2 units of Shades, but of course these guys stalk, so you don't always notice that there's another unit coming in for them. So, beautiful trap by the Dark Elves there. But, still slightly in the favour of the dwarves. It is still slightly in the favour of the dwarves, mostly thanks to the health on this Runesmith, I think. And possibly the health on the Brimstone guns. But yeah, they're really running out of infantry here. Really running out of infantry. But, shattered those Dark Riders, so they're not going to get interrupted very quickly, which is nice. And now the Thunderers can move their attention to someone else, but... there's almost no health there, and there is still a bit of ammunition on these 2 units. It could be enough, honestly. They're really looking like they've had it. They really are. And sadly, the other Thunderers that did rally, they're getting chased off by the Supreme Sorceress. And that is a great move. That is a great use of the Supreme Sorceress, just to chase off anything that might be a bit injured, because she's not in great shape. She doesn't want to get shot at. So just clean things up. Make sure they don't come back and cause trouble for you later. You know, any mobile unit like that that's that injured, just focus on housekeeping, alright? You know, if you see anything in a mess, clean it up. That's simple. And here, looks like another Amber Spear coming in, but she abandons it because they start turning. Nope, she doesn't abandon it. That was 1 kill, I think. I think they had 17. So, yeah, really good timing to turn there, because a thin line like that, Amber Spear is useless. It is useless. But, yeah, very lucky for the Dwarfs there. That unit could have been wiped out if they carried on facing this way. So, yeah, phew. That's close. That is close. Well done, Gobbo Slayer. So, Brimstone Guns, making sure to break these Shades. Brilliant. That worked out beautifully. These Shades had a lot more health a minute ago, but Iron Drakes have done some beautiful work. But sadly, they're not going to compete in melee here. They just don't have the stats to stay keen here. It's bad. So here, Gyrocopters coming in, trying to break these Shades, but they are hanging there. And now a rear charge of the Shades, and the Iron Drakes with their already meagre leadership break. There we go. Rough. That is rough. But still the Gyrocopter and still the Runesmith. Both pretty healthy considering what's been going on. Certainly more healthy than these pesky Dark Elves. So, Gyrocopters start to shoot into this group from the ground, which is always very cool to see. This one's still stuck to the ground. Yep, he's still stuck. And now Amber Spear coming in for them. They're going to move. And is it going to hit? If it hits, one's going to blow up. And that was so close. That like went through a propeller. Wow. That was lucky. That was lucky. And very unlucky for the Supreme Sorceress there. Very unlucky for her. Because these are big assets. But look at this. This, I think, is a mistake. Don't chase her down. No, charge these guys. Break them. break these guys, you're in a huge advantage. You can start getting a chain route going, because the balance of power is evening up, and you don't want this guy to be in prolonged combat for too long. Now more units have come in, they're suddenly more, they're more confident about this, and you don't want that to happen. They could have broken if the Gyro Bombers went for them instead of trying to shoot the Supreme Sorceress. Supreme Sorceress is never going to be able to defeat the Runesmith in melee. It's just never going to happen, and she's going to have to do it eventually. So, yeah, don't chase her down. Could have just broken these guys first. Her leadership is already appalling. If suddenly the rest of her army had broken, she might not have come back. She might have just broken there on the spot if you'd broken the rest of the army. But nope, nope. Missed opportunity, I feel. Missed opportunity. But hey, looks like these shades are about to go. Runesmith's still about half health, which is pretty good. He has taken a fair bit of damage in this fight so far. But he's doing well. He's doing well. And so these gyrocopters. These guys have been MVPs. I mean, 113 kills has been wonderful. And they've just been brilliant just for yo-yoing back and forth, just bailing out units when they've needed help. It's been great to see. And here, Supreme Sorceress lying in wait while the rest of her infantry take all the damage and start whittling down these units. More Dark Shards are running. It looks like she's going to run. Nope, nope, change of mind, change of mind. And they're just barreling through the last of those shades to get towards her. Ah, she's getting away. She's getting away. They're going for the Dark Shards again. So, yep, mop up what you can. Focus on housekeeping. Lovely. Don't try and chase down a person on a horse indefinitely. No, focus on everything else first. So now she's backing up. And is she going to get one more spell off? It looks like she's trying. She's trying. She's casting it. That could be an Amber Spear straight through all of these guys. But it's interrupted. She wasn't able to get it off. She wasn't able to get that spell. And that could have honestly finished it. I think if it had gone straight through, it's got good penetration. I think it could have actually gone through 2 of the brimstone guns and hit the Runesmith. And that would have been basically the entire Dwarf army dead. Yeah, it would have been one gyrocopter. But nope. Didn't quite get it off in time. That was stupidly close. Literally one spell could have changed it, guys. One spell, I think, could have changed the outcome. The last 5 seconds, if that had played out differently, that could have been it. Absolutely amazing. Beautifully played by both players here. Such unique builds, and that's what I love to showcase, alright? I love to see unique stuff, and this is definitely unique. Not only because the Dwarfs actually beat the Dark Elves, but just because the army compositions were mad. They were crazy. You could tell Ceremis here knew there was going to be a big army of cheap stuff. Otherwise, there's no point to bring Dark Riders. You don't bring Dark Riders against a big tanky force like the Dwarfs unless you know there's going to be a ton of cheap stuff that they can actually pin down or at least stop firing, you know, to let your other units come in. This is beautiful. This is a really cool Dark Elf build. I really like it. And but man, this Dwarf build, 2 melee units, and even then, they have ranged attacks. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. But you've got to do extreme things as the Dwarves against the Dark Elves. The Dark Elves just have such a big advantage in this usually. But yeah, I'm not sure Ceremis was entirely expecting this. Absolutely wonderful. This is great to see. Absolute pleasure to watch. So thanks Gobbo for sending this in. And guys, if you enjoyed this, please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good day, guys.